last game.
Esmeralda also banned this time around. Stolen is the Ling, so that'll be on the opposite side. And again, some priority for Zushin on both sides, repicked.
They take out the Uranus.
Uranus also banned.
Which, even though Diablo didn't have the greatest game on it, it can still be a nuisance.
And it's still an option, right?
Yeah,
it just limits his choices at this point.
So on this side, last ban from Ignite. Do they continue to home into the roam here? Or do they focus on the gold? You mentioned them possibly taking on any gold laners. We haven't seen any. I think at this point they know that there's not like that one gold laner that just owns the game at this point. So is it really worth? Yeah, you ban out the Hereth, they pick out the Moskov. You ban out the Moskov, they get the Hereth or the Claude. So you might as well get something that might have a bit more of an input, and they go with the Arlot.
Yeah, it looks like they're not going to be playing around the static mid laner. They want to get somewhat close to mid-range, a lot of dive. And the Arlot makes sense as a ban. They're still respecting the possibility that Freya might go gold, and then you suddenly go get an Arlot EXP. Suddenly, team fighting for a lineup, playing around the Brody looks even more difficult. So they cover their bases, and oh, they do not have the damage to deal with this Barras unless they pick a Lunox at mid.
Is that a Barat's roam, though?
It's a Barat's jungle,
so where's Harara going?
Wait, no, you're right.
Team Spirit's getting spicy right now.
Barat's EXP Freya gold? Yeah, then jungle Harara, mid Juicin, and then
unless Harara goes somewhere crazy.
Mathilda roll. Yeah.
It's gotta be Harara jungle, so yeah. Barat's EXP.
Wow, Kid Bamba with the
Freya gold. They're going for the fighter. Yeah, they're going for the bulky offlaners again.
They go Mathilda. Just so they get the or no, they still go Cho. Team Spirit, you are surprising us in the best way possible. You're packing up picks, and it makes sense. Again, it doesn't have the damage profile early on, and even once it gets later. But let's see if the Lillian Brody might be enough to melt through this overly aggressive, high damage, high crowd control, very tanky frontline.
What I love about it is it's showing how much trust they have in their brand new jungler. Picking up these funnel strategies where they know that, listen, we're gonna pick this big bulky box and just do your thing, Czar. And right now, the faith that they have in him is showing up.
All right, Team Spirit getting a little funky here with the Barats on the side of Kid Bamba. He'll go up against Alice on Diablo's side, and we'll see if Ignite can pull it back even or if Spirit will close it out. 2-0. Let's send it over to our casters to get games 2 started.
Coach Coldstar and the rest of Team Spirit are cooking in the draft, and this is going to be a big statement if they end up 2-0 with this kind of draft. Gideon, this is so, I want to say, unusual for what we're seeing, but I love to see it, man. The meta is continuing to focus and shift into different ways than what we're used to.
There have been rumors about this Barat's EXP. The question is, I wasn't really expecting it to show up this early on into the tournament, but now we're also seeing what's going to happen on the opposite end, right? Like, the big problem with the Barat's EXP is how do you maintain your stacks consistently, especially both junglers starting on that side of the map, so you don't really have anything to, like, maintain your stacks in the meantime while you're waiting underneath turret or the enemy side.
Yeah, this is one of the things that we'll have to see executed through Kid Bomba. Again, Barrett's XP is not something you see too often, but it's tanky enough. Yes, he's going to struggle a little bit to get some of the stacks, but then again, maybe it's going to result in something where, he's just trying to set up the Daytona's welcome for the team. Again, your crowd control utility on this composition from Team Spirit is just kind of out the roof because you have a choke kick, you have the lantern flare and the beacon from Sunset Lover, and this gives a lot of space once again to just funnel things into your jungler and the Harara. We just saw this earlier today too. If you manage to go ahead and scale crazy fast on a Harara, and let's say even you to the point where you pick up Sky Pierce and you got 8 stacks, dude, you are a killing machine basically in your own right, and you're hard enough to catch.
Yeah.
So when you're centered around that and you have all the crowd control in the world, that's the difficult part for Ignite Gaming if they want to go ahead and fight this. Now, the Ling for Kelvin can essentially do the same thing, but you're playing into that. Your Lilia does a lot of this early game damage. Eventually, the Brody can scale up as well. So there's a lot more, I feel like, possibilities for Ignite Gaming to make use of.
You know, speaking of possibilities, I'm thinking whether or not Kid Bomba's entire purpose is to just bog down Diablo, right?
Yeah.
You know, go for the Daytona's welcome, eat him up, make sure they don't have an access to Throne Ruin. Iframe's already out, Throne Ruin coming through, Flicker, Diablo connects onto 2 as the Daytona's welcome connects as well. Pinning him against the wall, Hiko takes out Jay, but now the Bladed Tempest is out. First blood is done, but there's only so much he can do. Hiko catches him mid-air as his first turtle has turned into a bloodbath.
Get it, he looked like a Valkyrie there. I mean, he was in the air and he flickered for the kill, and he got it. 2 kills for Hiko on the gold lane of Freya. That is, once again, just a team-fighting upper hand that we see from Team Spirit. Again, this was a great gleam into the Throne of Ruin setup. Look at the health bars of Team Spirit here. They get so low, and you'd think this is a great point to follow that Tempest Blades, but man, Hiko had his mark and locked down Kelvin.
Really good stuff. Even Kid Bomba was making sure, like, hey, I see Kelvin coming down. I'm going to make an attempt with the Daytona's welcome, despite everything.
Yeah.
I think it's really great, right? It's about denying the follow-up from your opponents. And I think whoever makes that big impact at the very beginning of that fight usually makes the difference here. Despite Diablo having to lose out on a big chunk of EXP, I think it's all right. I mean, he did lose his Flicker, unfortunately, but that doesn't matter. They've got to wait until the next turtle before they're even going to consider another team fight.
Yeah, that team fight basically showed us that kind of this choreography here. As you see it again, you know, the Gleam, the Throne of Ruin being used up. But I feel like even if they land those, they're just not, unfortunately, in that position to go ahead and capitalize it unless Kelvin is there. You know, he's a big part of this. Daytona's welcome, though.
Well, it's already good, and I think they should be able to find a kill here, but the Bladed Tempest will allow Kelvin a way out. Does he still have his pinch points? Yes, he does. And now he's going to exit from this area. I don't think they have the early game damage to make this work.
Yeah.
Kelvin is running the killing spree. He's not running Warcry for the early exceptional damage. And not to mention that even CS has been kind of isolated for a large majority of these fights as well, because they can't seem to get the rotations down. Roy, maybe in some trouble. Black Shoes already out here, and that's just the power of this Hirara.
That's one of the scary things, you know? Zara doesn't have to do anything crazy. It's just like he does the combo. You essentially have to pop your Black Shoes, your ultimate, or even, let's say, a Flicker later on. So, you know, that's something to deal with if you're IG, not being able to fight at full force. And what you're noticing, too, Kid Bomba, because he has a Daytona's welcome, and sometimes he's just going for Kelvin, you know, gets the ultimate out of the Ling. You don't have that anymore. And slowly but surely, that's going to delay the Ling further for Kelvin, but they're going to fight it off here. Second turtle is up. He's going to grab his purple buff. We'll see if he gets here in time. It is delayed quite a bit, so IG does a good job at that. Team Spirit, though, they'll calculate this. Again, he goes pushing up top towards that top turret. Here they break out, though.
Yep, they're slowly attacking him. Sawo spots out where the backline is supposed to be. Hiko's thinking about maybe going for it, but he's shown presence here on the map. He might start making his way over into the mid lane. Bomba still maintaining his stacks as much as he possibly can here. Throne of Ruin only connecting onto one, but Sunset Lover is looking to respond. With max stacks on those butterflies, Sawo finds the kick in a perfect angle on top of the glue. Jay should explode here, but he's got nobody to jump on, and Sawo just makes it out with a sliver of health. CS takes him out, and now Hirara looking for an opportunity, but unfortunately just ain't enough, and even flickering forward with the Daytona's welcome. Kid Bomba, can he get the trade? Misses out at the very end. Unlucky for Team Spirit, but it's not over apparently. Jay decided to take matters into his own hands.
Okay, I understand what Jay was doing there. They had a whole lot happen for IG in that team fight.
Oh
they
my God,
really
he's about to
punished. Oh,
die.
Kelvin. Okay. He survives, stays alive, turtle secure. That's what matters. But again, going back to that fight, it just seemed like Team Spirit was actually not in connection. You know, like they were all going in at different times. They got kind of caught in a bad position, and it was great to see IG punish that. But then, of course, you know, they need to continue building up on that. And that's why I was saying, you know, playing into their cards here, they've got many options to play with. There's a kick once again.
Oh, it looks good now. Okay, Throne of Ruin comes down through. Sawo is in a lot of trouble here. Forces out the conceal. Even Diablo is going to cut him off eventually. He should die, but no, it doesn't seem to be. Kelvin finally finishes him off. The Black Shoes has been called as well. These fights are slow and painful, but that's exactly what both sides want.
Yeah, right now, too, CS has been able to go ahead and farm up on this Brody. It's going to be a big part of it. You know, earlier on, he had the Blade of Hep Seas. He was actually able to do some decent damage just with that one item, but of course, you know, getting those marks off and then that torn apart memory, he's got a lot of space that he could work with, depending on how the team sets a fight up. But that's, I guess the biggest part of that is, where does Diablo land with his Throne of Ruin? Is he going to be able to gleam on the right targets? Because like in the last one, again, whether you hit 1 or 3 members, that changes a big part of the team fight, you know? And so now these battle spells are coming back online here for Team Spirit. Same for IG. You still got about a minute for that flicker to be available. And, you know, the flicker isn't always needed for an Alice to get that setup that you're kind of looking to see, but nonetheless, it's better if you have it. You cover more distance, you know, and you can surprise Team Spirit from that. So right now, they're just kind of staunching the bleeding here. There's a kick.
Oh, it's so good, but do they have enough damage? Unfortunately, not enough. Blade Tempest is already out, attacking Hirara and even using the Finch Poise, thinking about chasing, but Kevin decides not to. Sees Kid Bomba and Sunset Lover and has decided, I'm out. I'm done with this. Even Diablo and Roy just making sure that the rotations are slow so that the reinforcements don't come in time.
This is an opening, though, for Team Spirit to go ahead and take this turtle. Retribution still not available for 15 seconds, so this should just be an easy turtle to take.
Oh, Throne Ruin coming in, and now the descent with Valkyries as Hiko's thinking about who he needs to be on top of. For now, Jay able to at least get one with the help of CS. Are they not going to punish this? I'm expecting a punish here, but Sabo going to go for a completely different target as Diablo is dead. Hiko takes out CS, and can they? No, didn't see it, but Roy will pray so hard. Like, how do you get rid of this Freya continuously walking in your face? Kevin is gonna try. Oh my god, he's about to get Sunset Lover. Finch Poise gets him. He might actually outplay this, and he does. He gets on out of there just in time.
That's what we need to see from a Ling if it's picked up. Great play and movement there from Kelvin. And yes, Team Spirit was able to get a couple kills in the hands again of Hiko. But you gotta keep this Ling scaling up. You gotta build that snowball.
That was some hot stuff. I mean, he just purchased the Haas Claw, and all of a sudden now he can enter in and out of the fight, especially if the rest of the members of Team Spirit just don't look at him for half a second, right? Because the fight begins, they start this huge engagement right into the center of the turtle pit. The worst part about it is that Zara Egoist didn't take any of that damage. That's why it's so difficult to kind of get past the anchors of Sunset Lover, because even if you do commit, that's a lot of HP to cut through.
Yep, looked like there was an initiation here in the mid lane. They're going!
And counter initiation even better as they find it. Ignite might have just cracked it open as Team Spirit have already lost 3 of their members in this fight. Mid Tier 1 going to collapse.
Wow, that was a big fight. I wonder if we're going to get a chance to go in and see how exactly that all started. But again, off of it, Tier 1, Tier 2 falling now in the mid lane. IG, this is the ignition they needed, man. Ignite Gaming finds it. They open up the map a little bit more. 13 seconds away from the Lord. Here's the replay brought to you by STC. This is where it started. Kelvin, again, this damage that he has off of a couple item pickups already showing, and then a good follow through with the Alice from Diablo here to make sure they won that fight in the mid. Now Lord is up.
At this stage, unless Zara has a lot of Sky Piercer stacks, it's going to be hard, but here we go. Blade Tempest early on, early retribution. Oh my goodness, thank goodness. They find it. Hiko takes out Roy, and now Roy takes out Kelvin. It's just a chain reaction, but nobody can get on top of this Brody. And they're able to pull through. He turns it around. Hiko, triple kill. What? Gets, oh man, Zara takes away the potential maniac here. But man, what a full team wipeout.
A triple kill for Hiko. He's off to it again here in this iteration of MSC at EWC 2026. Yes, they got the Lord. Lord was secured here, but look at the team fight. This was set up for success, but then it all fell apart because of the way that you position yourself around the map. Beacon coming in clutch here, giving that opportunity for Hiko.
The timing that Sunset Lover just gets the purchase of the Ice Queen wand came in clutch. All of a sudden, IG realized, whoa, we're not keeping up with them as much as we are. And now Sunset Lover's in trouble. Blade of Tempest forcing out the flicker, but Kevin, he's looking for anybody at this point. He wants battle spells. He'll sniff blood in the water.
Kelvin is mad, man. He knows that shouldn't have happened after that Lord secure. So essentially, what does it result to? You know, this Lord that they were able to take, it doesn't really get much for them. They're back to square one, but that's not too bad if you're IG, because you needed to go ahead and get yourself settled into this game, build up on that Brody. You can see it. He's got the Sky Piercer, Blade of Hepsies, which he had the first item, Malefic Gun now locked in too. He's able to get that little bit of extra range to work with, which is pivotal for them to win these fights, because as we're seeing, Hiko's a problem, man. Someone's got to shut him down, and he has been sticking to the right targets. And if it's not CS, because CS has movement to work with, he's right on Roy. He's going for Kelvin. You know, he's able to go ahead and be that nuisance, especially when he has the flicker available. You know, you think you get away from the fray, and the next thing you know, she's flying forward to you.
Yeah, it's just a lot of handle, if I'm being perfectly honest. Oh, Sawo, he sees this. Luckily, isn't able to knock Kevin off this wall. Roy's got to be really careful because he's going to be the most reliable source of damage. Only second to CS, and that purple buff is going to get taken away. Now they're initiating Throne of Ruin just to disengage. Kid Bomba, does he want to punish this, though? Won't commit with the Daytona's welcome. They all split, and now back to the lane management.
Tier 2 turret going to fall up top. Another jungler battle here. Kelvin. No buffs, but he will be able to go ahead and survive. Doesn't need to go ahead and use the ultimate either, so keeps that. Will grab his orange, and this is just Team Spirit playing pressure in their side of the jungle against IG. You know, if you're IG, you kind of want to get them out of that space. You know, you don't want to get too far caught up because, again, with the Jushin or the kick available for Salo, it's like, you know, any overstep, you could get thrown in this fight, and you're going to end up burning the flickers and everything else, which are pivotal for the next Lord fight up here in 10.
Oh.
They're testing the waters here.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what they need to do. As scary as it is to put your foot over no man's land, praying that you don't get shot whenever you lift your head up in the trenches, I think that somebody has to be brave enough to try and bait that reaction from the side of Team Spirit. And so far, in a lot of these scenarios, Team Spirit has been very cool, calm, and collected.
Oh, this is going to be started up really quickly. Kelvin thought he'd go back to base, but there is a bit of a push up here, too. Now mid lane. Look at the positioning of Sawo as well. Oh, CS is gone.
They picked him up, and now IG can't contest this no longer. Diablo, he's trying to get on out of there, but it's too late. He goes here, and he's here to destroy, demolishing the entire backline. Double kill already.
This feels a whole lot Hiko Mania, man. I mean, he had 9-0 and 3 on a Freya.
It's ridiculous, and I mean, it was Bruno initially, and now it's this Valkyrie, and it's so scary to see Spirit in this almost psychopathic mentality, right? Like, nothing seems to be phasing them. We're not getting much reactions from these guys as well, yet they are playing like absolute machines. Sawo knows, right?
Sawo knows. He knows Kelvin's there. I would assume so, unless, again, buff is not available, so maybe they just think it was stolen and Kelvin is elsewhere. But now they'll start to make a move across the map here. Team Spirit has that advantage. I mean, turret-wise as well, they've opened things up a little bit further. They are going to try to cut that wave up top to keep it from pushing as the Lord makes its way up top side. But Kelvin's still there, so right now he's going to work on it. Again, he should be able to clear this out pretty quickly, but you can see two members, Team Spirit, Saul and Zariguis, they're here.
Oh, good Finch Boyce coming in from Kelvin. Good reaction time just to buy a little bit of space for the team to just breathe for a moment, look at the map, and now simultaneously these waves are not going to be able to crash in at the same time, but at the very least they can delay it and then hit them one by one, minimize the structural damage overall.
Yep. He's going to go ahead and cut that mid-wave again. So good usage. Again, this is what you expect with the Ling. Look who's on him, though. Zariguis.
I don't think that this is something that Zar should try for, not without help, or at least a single bit of CC. Look at how mobile they are as they're looking to steal away another purple buff.
Yeah, this is one of the things, though. They can't really knock down these turrets easily without getting in range. One of the disadvantages of not having that traditional marksman that you're used to seeing. So even with that Lord, they'll do a little bit of damage to the base turret up top, but essentially not able to start taking them down. So IG, they're still okay. I mean, I know this is a 4,000 gold lead for TS, but IG, based on their team composition, might have a chance to go ahead and win a big team fight, play the map. Kelvin is doing exactly what he needs to do on the Ling.
He's finding that space. He's buying that time. We're already 16 minutes in, and probably not exactly where Team Spirit was hoping to be. Oh, he just got off the Finch Poise. He's in trouble right now.
Gonna get dragged.
He's got the Bladed Tempest here, but the question is which direction to go. He tried to outplay it, but unfortunately, it's just too much damage for him to handle. And now the rest of the team might just be in some trouble as the way the Dragon has already been used. They're trying to pull him away, and now they pull him right in front of Roy. He doesn't get it off in time, and the rest of the team is now in some huge trouble as Team Spirit. Oh, they're gonna let Hiko die for this? Nah, they just want to punish Jay. That should be it. That should be an inhibitor turret unless they can stop this. And they hit it. I mean, what can they do at this point? Under tower, they literally can absorb all the damage.
They're gonna chase down Diablo too. They're gonna whittle him down enough. They got a mid-wave push here. TS looking to cap out a game.
They're going to be able... They might actually... No, wait, hold on. Roy? How long until these come back up? I have no idea. Now, apparently, his Eternal Black Shoes as Diablo get kicked out, and that is going to be it. Look, Kevin, does he have it? Retribution, anybody to try and clear that wave, and manages to do it in time.
Oh, Kelvin will keep them in the game for now. IG buying themselves a chance, but the Lord is up, and Team Spirit will make their way forward. Yeah, the purple buff's going to be taken, but based on what we just saw in that team fight, that misplay from IG, Team Spirit will get themselves this Lord and get ready to go ahead and once again get towards the base of IG, capping out potentially this series.
Yeah, but now the rest of the team is actually scaled. There's some real damage here from the side of Ignite Gaming. The only problem is whether they can consistently peel Hiko, and that's the big issue. There's so much CC across the board that splits them apart.
Here's the good thing.
What's the good thing?
A lot of the battle spells are down for Team Spirit.
Okay, that's not bad.
And what we've seen so far for Hiko is he's wanted those flickers to be able to make those plays, right? So there is a chance here for IG to go in and clear this out. Conceal going to be used. Kelvin's going to go do his own thing, cut that wave if he can. This base turret's going to be worked on up top, though. Base is going to be fully exposed. Half health on this Lord. They're on the defense. They're going to go and try to slice and dice their way through this as Lord is cleared out. Now Team Spirit, what does Kelvin do here? Do they just want to clear out the waves?
Yeah, I don't think they have a real answer to this Lilia just clearing these waves, and not to mention that if they overextend themselves, there's a good chance Diablo will respond in kind. It's going to at least be a Wishing Lantern purchase coming in from Sunset Lover, and I can't think of a way for TS to really like force the end unless IG makes the mistake and accepts the challenge of the fight.
Yeah, this has to be one of those cases where that end angle for Team Spirit is they got to get a pick. Oh, comes to Blaze use. Kelvin's going to be fine. He can just Finch Poise on out. But, you know, essentially when you're waiting for this, you know, 90 seconds for that Lord to be up, this is, again, very similar to what we saw in the previous match where you had 80 stacks on the hero. This one's 77, but nonetheless, still deadly.
So dangerous. And I mean, at least for Ignite Gaming, they're playing the tactical approach, right? Just continuously be hidden shadows across the map. Make sure that TS has to react to you. And if they respond, they're the ones wasting time and not the other way around. Okay, Hiko pops that ult. And the flicker as well, leaving Jay all by himself, and now the conceal comes through for the side of Team Spirit, but really no need to fight here. Just wait for the Lord in 60 seconds.
Yeah, interesting that he attempted that. I think that was more of maybe a limit test type thing, you know, just see what he could end up happening, but he's not going to have the flicker now for this Lord take.
Oh, I just saw the items, and Jay has been a very naughty boy. He goes for the Genius Wand on top of everything else, and there's only two people that really benefit off of this, which is the Alice alongside with Roy on the Lilia.
He just wants to shred that magic defense, man. You know, shred it enough where then maybe the Lilia, maybe you have Diablo contributing to those fights, getting them down. Because, again, what is Jay going to essentially do? He's going to find his target, he's going to stick onto them, whether that brings him back to the team or not. But yeah, maybe if he was a little more durable here, a little tankier, it could help them in the long team fights. But right now, they just don't have much of a choice, Gideon, given how the nature of this game is gone. You're down this much gold, which at a certain point, it doesn't matter so much about the gold difference. It's more so how they're executing things. And this Lord is up, so they want to get in position, it looks like, to actually contest this one. But they're going to have to get here fast if they want to. Already half health on the Lord. Positioning from Sawo through this. Kelvin's going to join it.
Where is it? Oh, whoa, wait. Actually, Sunset Lover loses our resolve and is forced to recall here. IG take the space, and they might be able to steal this Lord away. Kid Bomba looking to take the space back. Sawo, is there going to be a kick? No. They're going to reset it, but now the front root already catching onto 4 targets. They're looking to turn this around as IG needs to start kiting backwards slowly. In Diablo, can he regain composure? But the same Kid Bomba goes down. EXP laners traded.
Battle of the XP laners falling on both sides. They got Wave pushing up top and mid. And this is the advantage right now of having the base turrets down. Team Spirit has an angle here to go ahead and start up this Lord once again, even without Kid Bomba. They know that IG has to deal with the waves, but this is an evolved Lord, so it's going to take a little bit longer for them to secure. And the wave clear from IG is great. But half health now, they're back here for it.
Oh, Kelvin, he's going to try. He's getting spotted out by Hiko, and they completely give this up. They're attacking Sunset Lover, but he immediately has to use the Winter Crown Blade. Tempest is out. He flickers away. All defensive spells have been used, and now Team Spirit understand we've won the game of attrition. We get the Lord now.
What a push and pull for this Lord. And Team Spirit shows that experience, that veterancy that they have in this basically evolved type of dance. You know, for the Lord, it's weird to see, especially when assassins are in play, but that's the nature of things now.
This is some Muay Thai, right? We thought it was boxing. No, it's kickboxing. No, it's straight up Muay Thai. They are doing everything they can to hurt their opponents, right? Low leg kicks, hurt the ankles, make sure they can't move around as well, get away the battle spells. And now this could be the final moment.
This Lord, healthy and heavy, pushing on in. They're going to go for it.
They're just going straight for the end game, straight for the base, and you can see that Hiko, he's not hesitating. He goes for the throne. There you have it, 2-0 in favor of Team Spirit.
A day of sweeps here in our opening day for MSC groups, and man, I'll tell you what, it was great to see all the unique drafts